Let's explore how to write academic paper in 4 steps using AI tools. Step number 1 is finding the right literature, and the first types of tools are going to be about semantic search. Most popular one is called elicit.com, and let's say we want to research the topic about RAG. It's called retrieval augmented generation for LLM. Basically, LLMs are the models which web interfaces like ChatGPT use to come up with the answers, and RAG models to use to retrieve specific information from a database and then augment the answer using that information, thereby retrieval augmented generation. We put for LLMs just to be sure that we get the right stuff. Let's set the publication year starting 2023 so that we get the latest papers, and let's sort by the most cited. So we see the results, and you can directly access the PDF by clicking this button, but in most of the cases it won't be available, and it gives you this DOI link which you can use to find the paper. Or you can also sort by the most recent. The next semantic search tool we have is called Scite.ai, and let's try to do the same search here. Retrieval augmented generation, let's do RAG LLM. Let's set the year starting from 2023. You can sort by most cited. As you can see, this one provides literature more focused on healthcare education. And it makes sense because Scite is funded in part by the National Science Foundation, National Institute of Drug Abuse, and the National Institutes of Healthcare. So honestly, I didn't find any articles which were useful to me. So let's proceed to the next website, Consensus App. And actually, Consensus App is even more popular than Elicit. In terms of the AI for writing academic papers, Consensus.app is the most popular website with the highest traffic, and it's the fastest growing website. The thing about this website is that it allows you to get the answers like generally, for example, how harmful are cigars for your health? This is something that I asked. And it will not just provide you the list of literature, but it will try to give you a consensus answer. Let's see what we find out. Yeah, so it provides a summary from 10 papers relevant to the question. So I asked, how harmful are cigars for your health? This study suggests that cigar smoking is harmful to health. Let's, for example, ask, what is more harmful? How is coffee bad for your health? No concrete answer, but it gives me like coffee consumption is associated with improved liver health, decreased risk of progression to cirrhosis, etc. Modern coffee consumption, 3 to 4 cups a day, is associated with little evidence of health risks and some evidence of health benefits. So good for me. Oh, I actually forgot to click on the synthesize button. So if I click synthesize, and then I search for, is coffee bad for your health? Yes, and that's the main thing about this portal, is that it gives you this consensus meter. And moderate coffee consumption, out of 17 papers analyzed, 0% of those papers say that coffee is bad for you. Nice. So let's come back to the original research topic of RAGs for LLMs. It's not able to synthesize this kind of, it's not a question, it's just I'm writing a topic, so it can't synthesize it. So usually pretty interesting article I found. I didn't found on the 2 previous websites. We have this button, study snapshot. Let's click it. Well, for our purposes, this is useless. We can click on it and see the about this paper. We get the key takeaway replug. RAG language modeling framework significantly improves the performance of existing models by 6.3% and codex on 5-shot MMLU by 5.1% when combined with the tunable with a tunable retriever. But it's like January 29, 2023 for the LLM world, probably extremely old news, but I'll download it anyway. Let's look at the final one on the list. It's called searchsmart.org. Actually, this one is helping you to find the databases for the relevant papers. So I should rather so I'm changing the mind map a little bit. So it will be like number 1 on the list as a database search. So in our case, we are interested in computer science. Say we are only interested in journal publications. Let's say we want to only find something about LLM. No, there is no such thing. AI or artificial, no. Well, honestly, this one doesn't have to do much with AI, but it's definitely useful to have this on hand so that you can have the absolutely whole coverage of the potential research papers. So it's good to have it on hand. So let's go to the next, final type of AI tools for finding literature. Those are mapping the papers that you find. So say I like this article and I want to find the articles which are connected to this one. I started typing the name of it and I can see it's this one. So yeah, Scite. And here you can see how this article is connected to other ones. Here are the previous, by the x-axis goes the time, and by the y-axis are going the number of citations. So these are the most cited articles, yet Clark would be the most cited, Sun would be the most cited but quite old one. How is also highly cited and a little bit newer, and this June 2024 would be the newest article. And I find actually this Zhou's article, Zhao 2023, pretty interesting. So I would go and have a look at this article as well. I have 700 citations, which is a lot. So this is a 100 pages article. I will definitely download it and check it out later. Let's go and have a look at the next tool. It's called researchrabbit.ai. It also represents a mapping tool. So here you can connect to your library keeper Zotero, or just type in the title or other identification of the paper. So on ResearchRabbit, you can add multiple apps or multiple papers into your working field. So I added the self-rack paper, the Rita LLM paper, and then you can explore the authors of this works. You can find similar works, earlier works, later works, etc. But for me, it doesn't work for some reason. But I heard some good reviews about this app, but somehow for me, it doesn't seem to be working as it should, or I haven't clicked something necessary. But yes, that's how it is at the moment for me. Again, all of these tools are new ones. All of them have issues. Basically, all of them are in beta mode right now, so not all of them would be having bugs. Let's look at the third tool called Connected Papers. So you again search for the article and then you click on this thing and you get how this paper is connected to another ones. Well, for my taste, Litmaps is a little bit more, give you a little bit more information than here. In here you can just, I'm not sure that it kind of gives you information, but it's, for example, the timeline is not there. It's a little bit more difficult to read. It gives you, I suppose the size of this circles represents something. The darker it is, the later it is. Plus, as you see, like I've just used it 2 times and I'm already out of the quota and I have to log in to get more on Litmaps. And probably once I log in, that might ask me to pay something for it. But it's definitely not expensive, $3 per month. But yes, definitely can explore this one as well. But for me, Litmaps worked a little bit better. And the final one would be the Insightful XYZ. Again, it's not working. We could not construct the graph. So again, some of these apps are not working. So in the step number 1, I would say Litmaps would be the best for mapping the articles. For finding the articles, Elicit definitely takes the first place, But Consensus app is just gives you, it's something I like it just for general use. When you, instead of trying to understand, want to understand whether gluten-free diet is a fad or a real thing, and instead of going to the YouTube, you would go to the Consensus and find a scientific answer to this gluten problem. Instead of trying to watch through the whole, it's kind of basically, instead of trying to listen to Huberman Labs, you can just go to the Consensus app and find what actually like the papers are saying. But nevertheless, Consensus app is a good thing when you want a science-backed answer to whatever question you might have. And for the database search, yes, Search Smart is the only option and definitely a good thing to have in your tool belt. Now, the next step would be to read this literature. Can be quite difficult of these academic papers. So let's explore the first one, typeset.io. So I want to understand this ginormous article, which is 124 pages, about the survey of LLMs. And we upload it to this thing and click upload. And you can type your own future, let's say I want to learn about the future research. So actually it wasn't able to process a 125 pages article. Let's try to send it a normal size article, this 30 pages article. But it's been already like 5 minutes, and I uploaded this file 3 times and it is still not working. So again, something wrong with this typeset.io. Let's try the next one, Etherbrain. This one I personally like. I've been using Etherbrain already, been using it for quite some time already. Yeah, so what I like about Etherbrain is that you can see the text on the left side, and in the meanwhile you can see a summary of it and then instantly chat with this document. It took several minutes as well, but now it has this introduction, background context, main content, conclusion, significance. Now we can chat with it. Summarize this paper in a few sentences. Now, the paper introduces a method to train a large language model to use retrieval on demand for various introduction following queries, etc. Next app on the list is called Explain Paper, but it's not working as well. I cannot upload the paper. It's still uploading. It's been like 20 minutes. So passing on that. Number 4, Scholarcy. I was able to upload the article, and it has way more sections than Etherbrain. What I like about them is that they do this highlighting of the key parts of the text, which makes reading easier. So it's a pretty good application, but I think it will start asking for money pretty fast. It gives you the opportunity to do this with 1 or 2 papers. You can summarize 1 or 2 papers, and then you will have to subscribe. And the final one being the chat PDF. Again, I tried to upload the PDF, but it didn't work. I think this is like the most popular. You can use this not only for the science papers, but for anything. But again, it wasn't able to digest this 30 pages long tool or long paper. So out of all these 5 tools, I think the Etherbrain is the best one because it's free and it's the one that actually worked. Now, the second type of reading literature AI tools is about finding connections between different papers. So there are 3 apps in this section, and my favorite one would be the Doc Analyzer. And what it allows you to do is that it allows you to upload all the papers that you have and to talk simultaneously to all of them. How it works. So I'm using a free version right now. So I uploaded this and it allowed me to upload only 3 documents at a time. So I uploaded 3 documents. What now I need to do is to add a label to all of them. Let's first create a label. Let's call it RAG. And now let's add label. You'll see why we need to do that in a moment. Now we have all the 3 documents with the same label called RAG. And now we can go to the labels tab and click on this chat with these 3 documents. That's the issue. Your plan is limited to 10 pages for the multi-documents chat. Upgrade your plan to enjoy more raise this limit. Okay, I'll do that. It's $6 a month at the basic plan. And so I subscribe to a basic plan. Let's now upload all the papers that I have. So I added 10 documents to the analysis, and now we can chat with all 10 of them. So I asked it, you've read 10 articles, now come up with the best topics for new research papers to build upon them. And it provides 10 legit ideas how to, what could be the topic of the next paper. Optimizing noise robustness. Here I asked it to write the taxonomy for RAG models, and it provides like 2 types of RAG models. First one naive, second one self-reflective, and it gives you the references. Then what are the alternatives to RAG systems when trying to fine-tune LLMs? And again, it references a specific article for that exact question. Yeah, so this was about the step on reading the literature. Now let's proceed to writing the article. The most popular app is called Jenni.ai. It's heavily marketed. I've seen it. I see it on my Instagram feed and on my YouTube recommendations. Let's write an academic paper to be published in a journal about enhancing LLMs with RAG systems to achieve human-like conversational AI. And make a tick on the outline builder, which will automatically create document headings. Oh man, like if this would save me so much time in the university. Okay, so this is the title, Enhancing LLMs with RAG Systems to Achieve Human-like Conversational AI. Introduction to Language Model Enhancements. Large language models have revolutionized the field of artificial intelligence with their remarkable ability to generate human-like text on various topics. And it's continuously proposing me new stuff to write about. So, for example, I like this piece of text, but I'm not happy about this text. What I can do is to click on customize and write with more depth, for example. Okay, and it's use up-to-date information from 2024 because it was referencing some. Oh wow, it's filling up the entire thing. So yeah, it's writing the article. Okay, it's coming up with some drafts, and then you can use this draft information to build upon it. This is a great tool for overcoming this writer's block, and it's already filling up with the section, it's already filling up with the titles, etc. So it gives you a lot of room for thought. And this is the most popular app called Jenni.ai. There are other 2, Yummy.ai and Paperpal.com. Honestly, both of them are kind of similar to Jenni. The one thing I liked about Yummy is especially looking like Jenni, but it doesn't provide you text automatically, just as Jenni does. And the good thing about this Paperpal is that Paperpal does not actually write in the text field itself, but it's giving you tips on the side. On the right side there are tips, and on the left side you can write. There is a paper where you could write, so this gives a little bit more room for thought. And so, for example, I'm writing, so this text can allow you to paraphrase the stuff you want to paraphrase. It can generate the text for you. Basically, this is an amazing thing for overcoming writer's block again. So I would say, I haven't looked at the Paperpal. I would say like I'll be using Paperpal, not Jenni, because it gives you a little bit like it puts you. It's more of a co-pilot, a helper, rather than Jenni, which is focused around like it will write for you everything. So the same goes for Yumi, where it writes for you as well. So I think I will play around more with this Paperpal which allows me to write, but at the same time be able to use it as a helper. So the diamond goes to the Paperpal, and we have step number 3, which is publishing the article. Here we have 2 tools. We won't be able to test them out, obviously, because we are not having an article to publish just yet. But this rifle gives you, once you write your paper and it's almost ready, then you can, or it's ready, you think, instead of manually checking it yourself, you upload it to Rifle, and it will give you these tips on how to improve the language, improve the accuracy, improve and fix the typos, etc. And finally, Penelope.ai. Again, once your paper is ready, you can use it to do this final checks before actually proceeding the paper. So these 2 are tools for final checks before publishing your papers. So that's it for 4 steps.